This is the situation. If these people are okay, if the economy is okay, will they go and be stampeding themselves to collect a bag of rice and groundnut oil? That is the question you will need to answer. But the number of people that need help has increased due to the economic condition of the country. The number of people that need support has risen astronomically. And that is why you have this kind of uncontrollable crowd. Hello, my good people. This is Andy Media TV, welcoming you on Trending Stories. This is Christmas. I want to wish you guys Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. I stumbled on an interview made on Arise News with the Minister of Finance in Nigeria. He's also tagged as the Coordinating Minister of the Economy. And I listened to some minutes of that interview, and I was like, what exactly is the minister saying? Because from what he's saying and the reality on ground, they are two different things altogether. So in that interview, he was trying to kind of push the narrative that the present administration, headed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is kind of shaping up, the economy and moving it in the right direction, and kind of mentioning one or two things they have done that is, helping the government to, achieve that. For example, in that interview, he said that the economy is going in the right direction because the government has taken up subsidy on forex, subsidy on petroleum product, that the market forces is now determining the price of petroleum product, and that they are focusing on agriculture, manufacturing, and what have you, in terms of trying to propagate their GDP. From what he's saying, when you're talking about GDP, it's all about the total production, within a country for a period of time, usually 1 year. The question here is, what does Nigeria produce? That is the point. Apart from the petroleum product, which adds little or nothing to the GDP, in terms of manufacturing, in terms of agricultural production, and others, what exactly do they produce? What is the development going on in the country? What is the situation of the economy? Yeah, you took off subsidy from forex. Today, how much is forex? It was even up to 1,700 plus before it came down a little bit, to 1,500 plus. I think by now, I think it's around 1,600 or thereabout. What did you achieve? They took off subsidy on forex. They took off subsidy on electricity. They took off subsidy on petroleum products, and the economy becomes unbearable for the people. So it's not that they did maybe partial removal, take out some percent this year they took off another percent. They took off everything at once. And that is why the cost of petroleum product in Nigeria for fuel, that's PMS, is over 1,000 naira. I saw a post which I'm not yet confirmed that the price has come down to 800 and something. So we are still trying to verify that information. However, the cost of diesel is over 1,000 naira, and this is what businesses use on a daily basis. All the manufacturing companies, they depend on alternative power supply because there is no power in the country. As I speak, in 2024, the national grid has collapsed for more than 10 times. There was darkness everywhere. So the issue is, what is the government putting on the table for the people? So when you come out on air and you're talking about what the government is doing, that the economy is getting better, that you guys have done this and done that, please, what is even the outcome on the short term? What is the outcome? The outcome of your policies is hunger. The outcome of your policies is hardship. The outcome of your policies is unemployment and death. People are dying. People are dying. And you are telling us the economy is this, or you guys have done this policy and all that. Mr. Minister, can you look inward? Look inside the country. Don't use yourself and your family to measure what you guys are doing. No. Go down to the street, go down to the hoods, and interview people who are in the hoods. Don't forget that it is in this 2024 that the protest was done about hunger. It was in this 2024. When you look back to where we are coming from since 1999, nobody has ever done protest for hunger. Nobody. Until APC came into power in 2015, and things began to change to the worse. So don't come on air and be deceiving yourself, telling yourself that, oh, you guys are working. You guys are doing nothing. Whatever policies you guys are implementing is yielding zero result as far as I'm concerned, because there is a hunger in the land. What exactly is democracy? Government of the people, for the people and by the people. Whatever you people are doing in that position, is it for the people? It's not. Because if people are dying of hunger and you are saying you are working, then I doubt it. There is no middle class in Nigeria. It's either you are poor or you are rich. That is what it is. So the gap is too wide. And since APC came into power, many people have gone down to poverty region. They call Nigeria the poverty capital of the world. That's not far-fetched. Because what is happening today is already showing that as well. And what exactly is government doing? You are talking of manufacturing. What are the incentives that the government has provided for the manufacturing sector? You took off subsidy on energy, both on petroleum product and on electricity. And these guys are paying so high to procure diesel for alternative power supply or to depend on your power supply, which is not available. Why should the government be lying to its people? If you are telling us the economy is getting better, that the government is shaping the economy in the right direction, what is it, poverty? People can feed, is it the right direction? People don't even have jobs, is it the right direction? People can't even travel on the road, is it the right direction? Flying by air is for the rich because you can't afford it. What concerns a poor man with GDP? He doesn't care. What he cares is what to eat, how to pay school fees, how to provide shelter for his family. That is what government should focus on doing, creating that environment, creating that platform for people to prosper. Every year, 2024 is almost gone. All the trillions of naira that was budgeted for this year, where are the money? What has government provided? What projects, what interventions have you done that yielded result? Where are they? Another trillions to be approved by the National Assembly for 2025 budget. Now let's look at the reality on ground. In this reality on ground, you will begin to understand that the economic condition of Nigerians is getting worse by the day. Since this present administration took over, I think the Buhari's administration laid some foundation, and then this one now wasn't the foundation. And how do we get here? We got here because on May 29, 2023, when the incumbent president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was sworn in, on that podium that day, he made a statement that subsidy is gone. The moment that statement came out, Nigeria turned upside down. Why? Because majority of the things that happen in the country depends solely on PMS, petroleum products. So the moment that statement was made, those that own filling stations and all that began to adjust their prices. And this created a whole lot of chaos in the country. The prices of goods and services began to rise. Everything just turned upside down with that singular statement. And that's the reason even the Bible said that where the word of a king is, there is power. I don't know if he doesn't understand that his word is power. No cabinet, no planning, nothing on ground on how to cushion the effect of the impact of the removal of the subsidy. Virtually the top 3 presidential candidates said they will remove subsidy, but each one has their own strategy. And usually, when you take off subsidy, you create an alternative. Looking at the whole package, what is really the subsidy? Because I think that the major problem of the subsidy is the corruption in the subsidy system, the corruption. One, many of these importers, they don't import product, they falsify documentation, and they have their people in the Ministry of Finance who verse and approve for payment. They have their people in PPRA, the Petroleum Product Pricing, regulatory agents and the rest of them. So they do all this stuff, collect money for what they didn't do. These are the problems. Because even while there was subsidy, there was fuel queues everywhere. And they cost government more than it's supposed to cost government. They don't even have data on the number of vehicles or the consumption per day of these petroleum products. People use PMS in their cars and in their generators at home. Then looking at the other part of it, there was subsidy on forex, government subsidized foreign exchange, naira to dollar and all those stuff, so that the exchange rate will be at a considerable rate. They took off the subsidy without any other plan on what else to do to cushion the impact of taking off the subsidy. And the dollar exchange to naira skyrocketed to the point that we got to up to 1,700 naira per a dollar. And this jump was from, I think, about $440 or something of that nature. We rose to 7 something to 8 something, and then we found ourselves in 1,700. And most of the things consumed in the country are imported. They are imported from other countries. Nigeria barely produce what they consume. The clothing, the shoes, the what have you, cars, just name it. Everything is imported. the National Assembly, just got their SUVs approved, which they are to procure for themselves at the cost of between 140 million to 160 million. These SUVs will be procured from a company that is not in Nigeria. They always love Toyotas and the rest of them. But we have car manufacturing, companies in the country. Why didn't they procure it within the country so that those funds will circulate within the economy to ginger the economy? But they prefer to get SUVs from outside the country, which will cost us billions of dollars to spend. All right. Now, taking off this subsidy also exacerbated the problem already caused by the PMS, subsidy removal. Having said that, they did hand again into the energy sector, the electricity, angle, and also took off the subsidy. So the cost of electricity went haywire. That they created band A, band B, and whatever band. And even the band A, they promised they're going to give light, is it 21 hours a day? They never did. Where is the power? The whole country is generating less than 5,000 megawatts of electricity, a country of over 250 million people. So these are the problems. Well, since I traveled out of the country for years, light has never blinked for once. I just pay my bills. That's all. You don't panic. Oh, let me charge my phone before they take the light. No. Your life is planned for the year because things are stable. But back home, that's not the same thing. So the issue remains that as all these things are going higher, minimum wage was 30,000 naira there per month, until there was a battle between the government and the Nigerian Labour Congress, and it was increased to 70,000, which is still nothing with the situation of the economy. And there was a deal that if they are accepting the 70K because they were demanding over 200,000 there, that there won't be increase in fuel price, and government agreed. Shortly after this bill was signed into law and the minimum wage became 70,000, what happened? They took out subsidies in electricity, and then the fuel price increased from about 600, 700 naira to 1,030 naira. That's where the situation is. So they betrayed the Nigerian Labour Congress and they betrayed the Nigerian people. Now, a bag of rice in the country costs between 90,000 and 110,000 or thereabout. And the minimum wage is 70,000. That's what you get at the end of 30 days, all right, or 31 days, depending on the month, or 28 days, And then it cannot even afford a bag of rice. Now, for a family that has, family of 4, for example, you are not talking of rent. Your income is just a bag of, it's even less than a bag of rice. So how do you pay school fees? How do you pay rent? How do you transport yourself to work? How do you take care of your medical issues and things like that? You see why there's high corruption? Because you don't pay people well, they create other avenues to make money, whether legitimately or illegitimately. So these are very endemic problems. But the problem is that those in power are busy feeding fat. Go to National Assembly, look at what they pay them. Some of them earn between 14 million to 21 million every month. Unfortunately, instead of the government to settle down, look into the subsidy system and clean up the corruption, they decided to just uproot the subsidy directly. And this has turned the country upside down. Within the year 2024, there was a protest on hunger, and they went around across the country. That was the first time I'm witnessing all this kind of situation. And to confirm what I'm telling you right now, I'm going to play you a video of what happened this Christmas in Ibadan. There was, somebody, who was hosting a party, trying to give out, 5,000 to, kids for the Christmas. And there was a stampede, and a lot of kids died in the process just for 5,000. When you look at the video of that incident, I'm not playing the video here, I'm only playing the video of the last thing I'm going to talk about. All right. So looking at the video of if you see the crowd of people in this place just to collect 5K, that tells you how bad the situation is. If I can afford 5K, why should I suffer myself and go to an event just to collect 5K? That's the question. Kids died. Many parents lost their children. All right. And then there's another one in Abuja, in the Holy Trinity, Catholic Church in Abuja. These are the things they do annually. And we have never had this kind of incident. All right, until this year. That tells you how bad things has become. They did it last year, they did it last 2 years, they do it every December. But this year in particular, there was 3 stampedes in 3 different locations. I've mentioned Ibadan. I don't have a exact figure of the kids, but a lot of kids died. Now, the Abuja, Kids, people died, not just kids, both adults and kids. I think about 4 kids, according to the police, were part of the dead. There was stampede again. They were sharing, Christmas things like rice and what have you, and there was stampede. People are hungry, so everybody want to get it. Then the latest was in Anambra State, where one man who is an oil mogul. Every year he does this stuff, and nothing happens until this year. He brought in trucks loads of rice and granite oil and whatever, just to support people to have what to eat, which he normally do all the time. And this time around, it backfired. How? About 15 people died in the process because there was a stampede again. All right, people lost their wife, people lost their sisters, people just to collect a bag of rice and granite oil, they died. When minimum wage is lower than the cost of bag of rice, these are the issues. All right. So when you come out as a minister of finance and you come and be telling the world, oh, that the government is doing this, oh, the economy is getting better, they took off subsidy, that people cannot have access to forex. Who are those people who have access to that forex when the subsidy was there? It's you people in power. It's you people and your families. They allocate dollars to you, not the common man. So the common man doesn't care. In total, for the 3 stampedes, it was mentioned that 50 people died total for the 3 stampedes, just to collect Christmas freebies. They lost their life. So there will be 50 corpses that will be buried because of Christmas freebies. Now, these 50 people, maybe some of them are supposed to be doctors, lawyers, engineers, some of them are supposed to be IT gurus and what have you. Now, we have lost those people just because of rice and granite oil and 5K. Have you heard that they are sharing rice in America? Have you heard they are sharing rice in the UK during Christmas? There's a system in place to reach out to the poor and the vulnerable. But it's only in Nigeria that things don't work. When you want to create that system, the rich people, those in power, will put in their girlfriends, put in their family members, put in even their rich people. They will add them as poor people too, because it's free government money. It's only in Nigeria that you see this kind of thing. So all the money saved, the government is supposed to spend the subsidy, they are no more spending. Where are the monies? The state governors come to Abuja, collect funds. What happened? They change it from Bureau de change, pay school fees for their family, both the one that is yet to be born. Fly to Dubai, send their girlfriends everywhere they want to send them, and nothing happens at the state level. Nothing happens at the local government level. That is the situation we find ourselves. So, my people, this is the reality on ground. I'll play you this video now. You will listen to the video and you will hear both from people who lost their family, members, their friends in the stampede. This one is just the one in Anambra State and the one in Abuja. You see the police force, giving account of what happened in the Abuja own. So just listen to the video and understand that this is the reality we find ourselves in the country, not what the minister is saying. Discard what he's saying. This is the situation. If these people are okay, if the economy is okay, will they go and be stampeding themselves to collect a bag of rice and granite oil? That is the question you will need to answer when we come back after this video. Let's take a look at this video. We'll be right back.
Very unfortunately, on a bright Sunday morning like this, we're compelled to kick off the morning show with an update on yesterday's stampede in Anambra State, where no fewer than 15 persons are reported dead, with several others injured in the town of Okija in Ihiala local government area of the state. The incident, which happened during the distribution of rice and other household items, comes some days after more than 20 persons were killed in a similar stampede in Ibadan, Oyo State. Our correspondent, Emeka Munye, tells us more.
This is not an exodus of people fleeing their community, but people who came to collect palliatives, including bags of rice, gallons of groundnut oil, and other condiments for the Christmas season. Scenes of panic and sorrow emerged as videos surfaced showing lifeless bodies of victims as a result of the stampede which occurred at this venue. Relatives of the victim recount their griefs.
I was working somewhere when I received a phone call. One of my elder sisters, not biological sister, but just like a family sister to me, that she died. This is the husband. This is the elder brother, and this is the wife, and even the loss of wife too.
The event, sponsored by Obi Jackson, was organized to provide succor to people of the community during this Christmas season. Our witness accounts revealed that more than 15 lives were lost, while others sustained injuries in the stampede.
We came here this morning by 6. So I came here to work, like sharing of rice. I haven't gotten my uniform yet, and my wife came with me also. So unfortunately, they opened the gate. People started rushing inside. The next thing, they started sending people back again. While they are sending them back, the ones outside are pushing in. So the crowd was much. People were just falling off. How will I put it? Stepping on people's head and necks. At the end of the day, I managed and enter inside. On reaching inside, I saw my little baby crying. I have to carry my baby, rush my baby down home. The next thing, they called me that my younger sister is dead.
About 20 or plus people gave up here. So, and it's a sad incident, you know. So, and I don't just know what happened, but that's the way we saw it.
The latest events bring to a total of 3 stampedes reported in the past 1 week, following events in Ibadan which claimed at least 35 lives on Wednesday, and one at the Holy Trinity Church in Maitama, Abuja on Saturday.
In the meantime, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has raised serious concerns about the disorganized nature of distribution of palliatives and relief items during this festive period. This follows the death of not less than 10 persons in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, and about 15 others in Anambra State. Here's the report.
Christmas is a wonderful time of the year, and a big part of that happiness stems from the culture of sharing. To spread the love of the season, many Nigerians, including associations and religious institutions, embark on sharing of food products to the less privileged. At the Holy Trinity Catholic Church in Maitama, Abuja, the mood has become sober. The church's annual Christmas sharing has taken a tragic twist as thousands of residents scrambled to receive relief items, leading to a deadly crush. The unfortunate incident resulted in the death of 10 individuals, including 4 children, and left 8 others with varying degrees of injuries.
Okay, there's hunger in this Nigeria. Everybody needs food. Every Nigerian needs food. We need help. We need help. Come and see a lot of people that die. No woman. They just opened the gate. In this morning, everybody just rushed out. Rush. Then some people fell. Then they now started marching some people. They marched them till dead.
Like how many people do you know that
the one I saw, they are more than 10. They are more than 10. Women, but children. But children.
We need help.
Even the woman I know.
We need help.
She died.
We are there when the people are pushing there. When they push us, the woman, she stayed at my front. She fell down. I touched the woman. She cannot move. And she's from my side, the same area. We stay together, we stay in the same area.
Now the Nigeria hot. Everything make her hot, that is why.
That's hunger.
That is hunger. You too much. Like me now, I be widow. I just come. My husband died now almost how many years? When my daughter there, 2 years to 3 years. But now she be 13 years. So, and with a get on like this, that is why we thank God.
The FCT Commissioner of Police, Olatunji Disu, is on ground to help manage the crisis. He says the stampede could have been averted if necessary precautions were taken.
We discovered that a lot of people were stampled. It took a lot of effort to be able to move them immediately to the hospital. But unfortunately, we lost 10 people. And I think we had 4 children among those who have lost their lives. I liaised with the hospital authority, who are making frantic effort to work on those who are still in the hospital. About 10 of them have been discharged from the hospital, and I think we have just 4 in the hospital. Only a baby is in critical condition, but they told me he was responding to treatment. And we have made frantic effort to evacuate this place, because even when we came here, we still found over 1,000 or more people still struggling to come in for the palliative. But so far, so good. Situation is calm. The FCT task force, comprising of all the security agencies, have been deployed to assist us in the maintaining peace here. And luckily, we have been able to evacuate this place and directed that this place be kept under lock and key until we finish our investigations.
Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police has mandated all individuals and organizations planning public events, charitable activities or large gatherings to notify the police in advance for better management. The police say failure to comply with the directive will result in their organizers being held liable for any incidents or loss of lives resulting from negligence.
Welcome back. You've had everything from the victim families and the man who lost his wife, the one who lost his family friend and stuff like that. That's what the situation is. If the economy is working for everybody, will these people go for a bag of rice and granite oil? They won't. So I know that one of the challenges that led to all this is because there is no effective planning for crowd control, because they have been doing this thing over the years and they have never had this kind of problem or this kind of crowd. But this year was different. So I believe that's where it took them, unawares. So, but however, having heard of what happened in Ibadan, so I think others who did after those incidents would have taken precautionary measures, to ensure there's a crowd control mechanism. So therefore, I also buy the idea. You want to host this kind of event where you want to give palliative, you need to get the police involved, the civil defense and all that. And also have a queuing system. Put up the rope. They have a queuing system. Take them batch by batch. First batch, 50 people, they go in. As they come out, next 50. There should be a control. You don't just throw the gate open for everybody to start coming. Or when they come in, they have a tally. Number one, it has a tally. Something of that. Think outside the box so that people's life can be saved. People can come to collect palliative and they lost their life. It's not really worth it. So my point is, this incident highlights the situation in the economy. But the number of people that need help has increased due to the economic condition of the country. The number of people that need support has risen astronomically. And that is why you have this kind of uncontrollable crowd. A hungry man is an angry man, as they say. So these are the situations. It's unfortunate that we lost some people this December. About 50 persons died in 3 stampedes. May their souls rest in peace. And may God grant the families of these people that died the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. And we pray that our leaders should sit down and look at the policies they are dishing out. Measure it and see, how is it helping the people? What is the impact on the people? I thought the policy is about making the life of the people better, but it's making it worse. So government, please review your policies and see what to do to make things better. We keep borrowing loans every day. Where are the loans? What are we using them for? And the debt is increasing on a daily basis. Every other country is working towards how to cut the cost of governance. Look at the new president of Argentina. He's making huge progress. Cut off all so many, swamp in their country from the agencies of government. He shrink the agencies, cut them down, cut waste, and the economy. First time they have balanced budget in over many decades. All right? He's making progress. Why are we not making progress? In America, the new incoming president in January is already creating strategies on how to, cut down their debts. That's why he created the Department of Government Efficiency, the Dodge, so that they cut waste. But in Nigeria, no. I don't see a report. Oh, where are we implementing it? How many ministers have you shrink? You are still appointing more ministers. You fired how many ministers? You hired more ministers than the one you fired. Does it really make sense? Cut this waste and mop this money and use it to invest in people. If we push people to the wall, you saw what happened in Syria. You saw it? That's what happens when you push people to the wall. I think Gambia now, I think they're also having issues too. So you have to wake up. Don't feel too comfortable, because when people get hooked up to the wall, they react in a way you will never expect. Take care of the citizens, not yourself. You are supposed to be a servant. Serve the people. Serve the people. People are dying of hunger. In conclusion, let's support one another in these difficult times. Whatever you can give out to others, just do. Just help. All right? Just help. And since government have abandoned them, we can abandon our families, our friends. So let's, see what we can do and help people we can help. The economy is tough, it's harsh, it's difficult over there. It's difficult everywhere, but back home there, I think it's crazy. So we really have to, do something. So as you watch this video, please put your comment at the comment section. I'm going to be back to respond to them, and then we'll see how we can help to build our nation. We are doing all these videos just to ensure that we hold government accountable to do the right thing on how it's going to benefit the people. So we are not against anybody, we're just against hardship on the people. People have right to live and to live properly. So let's be civil as we put in our comment. And then if you are new to my channel, please try to subscribe and then put on the notifications so that when I drop my next video, you'll be able to be notified. And I'll keep reporting on things that happen and share my own views on what I think that need to be done. And then we keep holding those we have in power accountable for whatever they do. Let them remember that their mission is for the people, not for themselves. So I do hope that things, going to turn to the better in the near future. But government have to, need to have a listening ears. When people are complaining, listen to them, and then go back to a drawing board, make some changes, and then come back. That's how things work. So let's see how it goes. But I wish every one of us a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance. And I know God's going to keep us, and we're going to see 2025 together. Thank you for taking your time to watch this video, and thank you for your comment as well. I'm going to see you in my next video. See ya.